Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome to What's Brewing Behind the Scenes. My name is Julie. I'm a photographer. I'm a wedding and brand photographer, also photographer education, mentor, I don't know what you call me. But yeah, so I'm excited. I step on here every Tuesday and just go live and make my afternoon cup of coffee. Hello. And just talk about what's happening behind the scenes of my business, talk about different tips and tricks of whatever I'm doing, and just, yeah, talking about life as a photographer. So, yeah, today we're going to talk about, I had a really big weekend this weekend. I had lots going on. So we're going to talk about what I do now this week to kind of rest and reset. And things that I found that are really important. I wish I could say that I take Monday off when I work on a Sunday and that I don't work that day, but I don't do that. Maybe it's because I love to work. Maybe it's because I'm a workaholic or a recovering workaholic, but there are still things that I do to kind of make sure that I am helping my body to rest and recover and my mind to kind of get fresh and have a good week. So yeah, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're also gonna talk about, if you guys saw my Instagram stories yesterday or this morning, talk about manifestation a little bit. It's just been on my heart, something I've been thinking about, something I've been working a lot on this year. Intention was my word of the year, and so I really kind of been working really hard on being intentional about what I want my life to look like, what I am working towards, the steps that I'm taking, how am I working at the best level that I feel that I can work out, and also being intentional with my personal life and how much time I'm attributing to that as well. So yeah, we're gonna chat a little bit about manifestation because yeah, it's been doing good things in my life. You saw my stories. So yeah, so I'm excited. Hello, Miss Beth. And I wanna hear what you guys do. Well, first off, do you ever work on manifestation? Have you thought about that? And number two, what do you do after a long weekend of working in order to, just rest and refresh for the next week? So on that note, I'm gonna go get my water that is done boiling and is hot and ready to make my cup of coffee because I need it this morning, or this afternoon. See, I don't even know what time of day it is. So this week has been really exciting. You guys know that if you guys have followed me before, you know that I have two sweet boys, one that's 4.5 and one that is 18 months, just turned 18 months. So he actually started school this week. I remember with Gray, I was kind of like, oh, I should wait for him to go to school until he's this age, and I don't even remember what it was. He went to a nanny share for a long time and then started real school at about 20 months. 22 months, somewhere around there. And I was like, oh, next time maybe I'll wait till 2 years. Sister, I was so ready for him to go to school at 18 months. My friend was like, if you need to, take a break on Monday, you might be crying as you drop him off. I was like, I literally sent him in. He so happily ran in and was like playing, maybe not run because he just started walking, but walked quickly and swiftly inside and didn't look back. So Mama didn't look back either. I was very excited, and he did great, which is such a huge relief. They say the only time he cries is when he has to come back inside from being outside. So at about 10 o'clock, I think they come inside for a little bit of like story time and whatever their like agenda is for school. And he cries every time. He doesn't want to come back in. Boy knows what he wants. Knows what he wants. So yeah, today he was a tiny bit clingier as I dropped him off, because obviously he's starting to know the drill that I'm not going to be there, but he still did really great. So my mama heart was very happy, and I actually went to Manana. If you guys have been following me on my stories, you know how obsessed I am with manana. It's just so good. So today, manana is literally right next door to their school, which the reason why I went there was because I was just dropping Ash off for just like 30 minutes to see how he would do if I wasn't there. And so I ran over to Mignon to get a cup of coffee, and I think last week I went 3 times, maybe 4. So this morning I actually walked over there and worked there today, which I don't know if this ever helps you guys, but really just kind of disconnecting myself from my house and the things that I need to do here that kind of stare at me sometimes when I am at home working. It was really great to be at a coffee shop and just have my computer to focus on. So that's what I did this morning. And then I went and got a pedicure. What? Yes, that's right, I treated myself, which we will talk more about in a minute. Because I did have a long weekend. So I started my weekend off on Friday. I had a rehearsal dinner. The absolute sweetest couple in the whole world this weekend. So it was such a joy to spend both Friday and Saturday with them. And I actually love doing rehearsal dinners because it gives me a chance to not only, meet and talk with and hang out with the client, before the wedding day, but also to see all their family and their parents and the people that are most important to them. So it kind of gives me that insight for the next day for on the wedding day. So when I get there on the wedding day, everyone's like, oh, hey, like I know you. So it's really nice. I like it. So I did the rehearsal dinner at Abel's on the Lake, which was really pretty if anyone's looking for a rehearsal dinner venue. And then did the wedding, which was so pretty. Central Christian Church. I've decided that Central Christian Church is my favorite church in Austin. It's just pretty. It has natural light in there. I mean, not a ton, but more than a normal church. And they had the most beautiful courtyard with these arches. I love it. I love it. So I had the wedding there. It was a pretty long day. I went till about midnight. And then the next morning I woke up early and had a shoot all day on Sunday, which is not normal. Normally Sunday is my day to just regroup, rest, recuperate, not look at anything work related. But this shoot was really exciting. It's for a bridal gown line. I guess she does all dresses actually, because we did a lot of bridesmaids dresses. And it's called Revelry. Beautiful, beautiful work. And they have a new line coming out that's all velvet, which was so beautiful. These bridesmaids dresses, there were like pantsuits, there were kind of one of those wrap dresses that you can do in 5 ways. There were just this one that was beautiful and off the shoulder. It was just really pretty. So that's what I was doing all day on Sunday, which, I mean, what a joy to be able to shoot beautiful things all day. But I was tired, you know what I'm saying? So after, several hours on Friday and then all day Saturday shooting and then all day Sunday shooting, I literally was laying on the ground on Sunday at the end of the shoot, just like, take me down, please move me to my bed where I can sleep. So on my newsletter this week, and when I wanted to chat first off in our behind the scenes this morning, is talking about how we rest and recuperate and what exactly steps I take to set myself up to not be exhausted all week, right? Because that's what can happen. I literally have a wedding hangover is what I call them. Anybody else have any wedding hangovers? So I got home on Sunday, got home at about, my shoot was over around 5:30, so I left, picked up dinner on the way home because nobody got time to do more dishes, and got home, fed the kids, put them to bed, and then just worked to quickly clean the space, get it ready for the week, cleaning up everything, making sure all the dishes are done, drinking, several large glasses of water. I hate water. If you guys follow me, you know how much I hate water. It's like this necessary evil that is constantly taunting me of, have you drank enough water today? You're supposed to drink. We have to take our weight, divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water we're supposed to drink. So, not to give too much away, I gotta drink about 75 ounces of water a day, which is a lot. And then if you add your cup of coffee, or 2, like I'm having right now, then you have to have, like, per 8 ounce of coffee, you have to have another 8 ounces of water. Might even be more than that, but making sure that I'm just drinking all the water, because that's really what's gonna help your muscles and your body recuperate the fastest. I tend to dehydrate myself on the day of weddings. just because I'm running around and I don't have time to drink water and I don't have time to go to the bathroom a million times. The side effect of drinking enough water. But I will drink a lot of water beforehand, and then after I get home, I drink like a big glass of water as well. So when I got home on Sunday, I drank a ton of water, and then, made sure to get to bed as early as I possibly could. I don't even know what time I went to bed, 9:30, because my littles get up so early. I have to, make sure I get to bed at a good time so that I can have a lot of rest and still wake up, 30 minutes to an hour before they do, because there is no faster way to kill your day than waking up kind of like responsive to what's happening in the day, or kind of on the defense is how I feel when I wake up at the same time as my children. They're just, the minute I wake up, I'm responding to their needs and doing what they need and hustling to get us out the door. And it's just not a great way to start my day or my week. So I wake up about 30 minutes to an hour before they do, and make myself a strong cup of coffee and get started for the day. And then what else do I do? So definitely hydrating, definitely sleeping. For several days, I make sure that I get to bed at a good time, and get at least 8. If I can get 9 hours, then I'm like rocking it, but that's a unicorn, right? But definitely 7 to 9 hours of sleep to really let your body recover. The other thing that I love to do is treat myself. So I don't always get to take, or I don't always take, I could take if I wanted to, right? We make our own reality. But I don't always take a day off, because, I'm not working full days, right? So I'm working when my children are either at school or sleeping, as they are right now. One of them is. So I choose to continue to work for those few hours to get on top of what I have in my inbox and my to-do list. And then I choose to treat myself. So today I went and got a pedicure. It was awesome. I don't know if anyone else loves manana as much as I do at the South Congress Hotel. They also have across the courtyard 10 over 10, which is, I want to say it's organic. It's more natural, organic salon. It's beautiful, and it doesn't have any strong smells. They use a lot of, I think there's a certain type of nail polish that they offer. I use their 10 over 10, which I know is free of, I don't know if it's a 5 free, 6 free, 7 free. There's like so many different names, but I use, it just makes me feel better to use a salon that is a little bit better for my health and maybe at least formaldehyde free, right, in our nail polish. So 10 over 10 keynote. Beth, if you're still on here, I thank you for telling me about this, but 10 over 10 nail polish is being sold at Target right now. What? And when I went, they were on clearance. Even better. So of course I stocked up on my favorite colors. So today I have spring painted on my toes, which is pretty pink. It's kind of like pink, but I'm gonna get used to it. I had like a dark purple, aka black, on before, so I think it's a little bit stressful. Oh yeah, wait, Beth, you were the one who actually first gave me a gift of 10 over 10 salon and told me about it. Yes, you're amazing. And please come with me again and have coffee at Manana beforehand, because it's like the best morning ever. So I did coffee, got my email under control, planned out my productivity planner for the week, and did one task, and then hopped over to get my nails done. So it was a beautiful morning. So again, that's just good for my soul, right? And just doing something that I feel nourishes me, helps me to be refreshed and ready for the week. Yes. So P.S. on that note, let's talk about manifestation for a little bit. So if you guys saw my stories, again, I did something kind of big this weekend, or yesterday, Monday I did something, again, side effect of not having a normal Monday through Friday. I have no idea what day it is. All I know is that Tuesdays I do a coffee live. So if you saw my live, you saw that I did something big yesterday. So I have been writing in my Rachel Hollis Start Today journal. I'm just gonna plug it, guys. I've been writing down my 10 goals, my 10 dreams, and my 1 goal. Boop. It says hashtag goals. I know it's backwards right now. But hello. But I've been writing these down. I've been doing it since the beginning of April. Again, it's just part of this year, 2019 being the year of intention for me, and to really think specifically about what my goals are and creating intentions and creating specific things that I want to make happen. Love it. Now so if you're goal setting today, what do you actually use to do your goal setting? And are you goal setting for the week, for the day, or for life, right? So I've been doing this goals. I think the Start Today journal is really about like life in general. So there can be personal ones and there can be business ones. So like on my first one, I have, that I want to be an exceptional wife and an encouraging and patient and present mama. Best version of myself, right? But then I also have ones for the future. So one of the things that I have been, next 6 months, that's amazing. So what do you use? Do you use something like to help you plan it out? Are you laughing at me, Brittany? Oh yeah, goal setting for during nap time. Yeah, I mean, when else do we get things done? Hopefully you have a good long nap today. Ash, because he started school, took like a 3.5 hour nap yesterday. Again, another unicorn. I know it's not going to happen multiple days in a row. Maybe just the first week. Let's just hope at least the first 2 days. You just use your mind. That's amazing. So I have been doing, so there's these Create, Cultivate power sheets that people speak really highly of. I bought them and I haven't totally completed them yet because I actually have done some of the work and other things, like the Start Today journal. I really like the Start Today journal because it's super simple. I just don't have a lot of time to like fill out a ton of sheets, and I want to be intentional about things, but I also want it to be something that I can actually fulfill and follow through on. So I want to also so I have this other productivity planner that my sister sent me. Oh no, I don't have it written on here what it is, but message me and I can message it to you who does these. But my sister actually just sent me a weekly planner and it's been really awesome. So I did it last week and I'm doing it this week. And basically it starts off with the 5 most important tasks of the week, labeling those out, and then the secondary tasks of importance, and then the additional tasks. And so, don't you love it when someone calls and I have to pause? So really, I don't know how much you guys heard, but so this one really is really simple. I print out the pages that I need and I write out the 5 most important tasks of the week, secondary tasks of important, and then additional tasks. So that's for the actual week. So, but it's pretty powerful. Let's look big picture. What needs to be done this week? And then what's most important and leveling them by importance. And then each day, this is going to be backwards, so it's not going to help you, but each day has most important task of the day, called the MIT, which I love because I love to say, oh, I just finished my MIT. And then there's the secondary tasks of importance, and then there's an additional tasks. So really having this though in black and white, saying, this is my MIT for the day. Do not do anything else. This is me telling my brain this, right? Do not do anything else on your to-do list until you've done your MIT, right? So just having that in black and white near me and a little box that says, check me, when you finish it, because I love to do that, is really helpful. And then having those secondary tasks of importance and additional tasks. I think my mind sometimes really loves to do the smaller things first so that I can like do some like big cross outs on my list so that I can feel like I've done something, which I think is really important. But then what happens is I have these big tasks on my to-do lists, on my dream goals, on everything that just keep getting pushed week to week. So really having that MIT, which can be, a medium to small thing, whether it's processing a wedding, finishing a wedding, or writing some content that I need. Yeah, really having those MIT and making myself stick to it, which is what those check marks do, is really helpful. I think for life and being intentional and planning, I did a vision board this year. I took a whole business weekend away from my life, from my family, from my life here, and really stepped away and did some like big dreaming, and then eventually from that started the Start Today journal. And yeah, I really like that the Start Today journal is simple. It's easy for me to follow through. Once I've done that beginning work of writing down my 10 dreams and my one goal, and then I just write them over and over and over every day. And what I love about that is that I'm writing it every day, and I know that only one of them is my goal of this season, right? Of kind of that period of your time. And so you're really only actively moving forward on the goal. But what happens is you're writing all these dreams, right? And you're writing it in like you've already done them. So, I have $1 million in the bank, let's say. So I write that as if it's already happened. So one of mine has been, I travel to a Spanish-speaking country every year. So I've written that every day for 3 months. And one of my things was just like, okay, I really want to do this. I've talked about this for years. I've talked about this since before I had children, that I wanted, one of our pillars, my husband and I, for our children, is that we want them to be, bilingual, multilingual. So speaking Spanish was always really important to me. Like, they go to a preschool with complete Spanish immersion, so they only speak Spanish to them. So how can I, on our personal life, also support more spam calls? Do you guys get as many spam calls as I do? So yes, just writing that out every day, every few days, has really just been thinking in my mind, like, how can I actually make this happen? And then the next question, why am I not making this happen? So why am I not doing it right now? And I think, we haven't taken as a family like a big vacation in a very long time. Probably since before I had children. I took my 1-year-old, when Gray was 1, I took him to Italy, and it was kind of a disaster. I mean, it wasn't a disaster, it was wonderful, but it was hard. And I think, I see people on Instagram traveling with their children, and it gives you this expectation of it feeling like a vacation. And it's not really a vacation, right? You still have your children with you. So I like to call them family trips. And now I think that I have 2 kids, and I've had kids for a while. I think I have much more realistic expectations of what traveling with my children is going to be like and what I want our experience to be. So anyways, that was a tangent, right? But I've written down this goal every day for forever, and I kept thinking, like, who am I to think that I can travel somewhere for a month, a year? I should wait until they're old, the kids are older and can appreciate it more. Oh, I should wait until this, or I should save up this amount of money before we do it. But as I was writing it every day, I kept saying, what's holding me back? Why am I not doing it? Why not now? Am I that person that travels for a month in the summer? If I say I am, then I am. So yeah, on Monday I found us a house in San Miguel de Allende in Mexico that my friend was highly recommended. Just in general, that San Miguel de Allende is very like safe and be family friendly. It's very walkable. And yeah, I just did it. I just pulled the trigger, pushed the button, said, we're going for next July, for the full month of July. And we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants and hope that I live to tell the tale about it. It's also about the fact that if you have your own business, it's hard for me to I can't just plan a trip in a couple months, because maybe I could, right? I need to stop telling myself I can't, because I can. But I tell myself that I can't, or these stories that we tell ourselves of why we can't. But now I'm saying, all right, this is a year away. I have plenty of time to plan and save and be intentional. So I'm going to pull the trigger and plan it now and put it on our calendars now so that we can make it happen. So I did. So if you are like me and you have dreams that you have not yet written down, or that you just write down, keep writing them over and over again, and be thinking about just doing it, just pulling the trigger, because it's really powerful. It does not have to be, I've always said that too, right? Like the summers are so hot. It's like, or just even having the gift of being entrepreneurs and not having, like being able to plan our schedule, not having a 9 to 5 that we have to go to every day. We can travel if we want to, and if we make that a priority, and if we carve out the time to do it. And why do we have to wait until our kids are older? We don't. We can do it right now. All right, now I want to know where you want to go in August, because we can talk about it and hold each other accountable. Because you have, Brittany, I know you have similar age children as I do. And yeah, now I have one child that's going to be in actual school, so I have to maximize my summertime. But yeah, I also signed up for a conference this fall, and I've been thinking a lot about how I wanted to do a conference. I wanted to go somewhere with multiple speakers to learn from, and how do I keep continuing to educate myself and learn more so that I don't become stagnant or don't find myself not being inspired and moving forward. Colorado or Maine, that would be amazing. Both of them would be amazing. I have a friend who lives in Maine, and their house, well, I went to visit before she had her baby, and it was just stunning. I mean, just so beautiful. That, like, the rolling, it's just beautiful. They live right on the water, so even more gorgeous. Those are both amazing places. And who wants to be in Texas in August? Not me, although I'll be here. But yes, I just encourage you, all of you guys out there that are listening, to, just write your goals down and keep coming back to them. I think what's been helping me of implementing some of these things that I've been dreaming of for so long but haven't done is the fact that I am very clearly stating them to myself, to the universe, to the powers that be, that this is what I want. And then my brain works to figure out how to make it happen. And if I keep writing it over and over and over, right, I want that checkbox next to it. So we're going to make it happen. So I want to hear about y'all's big dreams. Please tell me, and we can hold each other accountable. And just keep dreaming those big dreams. And we're just going to make the life happen that we want to happen, because we only have one life to live. Am I right? Yes. So I hope you guys have a beautiful week. If you haven't, I talk more about being, refreshed and how to relax and how I make sure and nourish myself after a busy weekend of work. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, go to my website, scroll down, there's a little place to put your email, and you'll get weekly notes from me in your inbox, which I appreciate you making that space for me in there. So I would love to hear from you. Please sign up for my newsletter, send me a DM, send me a note, comment on my posts, whatever. But just want to hear from you. Have a good one. Have a beautiful Tuesday. And I hope you are having another